technological changes and knowledge of living beings. Why do you think science and technology are related? Thanks to technology, scientific knowledge grows. Technological advances can be both services and objects, for example, electric lamps or the drinking water network. Scientific and technological activities are changing daily, and new objects are continually being invented. But what are science and technology? Science is the set of knowledge obtained through a method of observation or reasoning, systematically structured, scientific method, with which verifiable principles and laws are deduced. Technology is the set of theories and techniques that allow the practical use of scientific knowledge. This means that with technological advances, better results and products are obtained for the benefit of people. The first human beings began to know the living beings in the environment through observation. Thus, they knew which animals and plants were dangerous and which were edible. This traditional knowledge was transmitted from generation to generation and grew with their observations. With the application of technology when planting, the work was facilitated and this helped to produce food in greater quantity. The human being has been learning more and more about living beings, but at first he could only observe them with the naked eye. In the 17th century, it was thought that diseases were the work of evil spirits that possessed the sick. The scientists got to know the tiny organisms with the help of the microscope, an optical instrument with a lens system that magnifies the image observed through it. Thus, as technology advances, scientific knowledge advances as well. Technological advance in microscope has allowed the cellular structures to be known in detail, as well as the processes and substances that participate in them. This information is useful in different fields, such as medicine or the food industry. Since it was known that microorganisms were the cause of virus diseases, they began to look for substances with antimicrobial properties, and thus antibiotics were created, chemical substances that some living beings generate, also produced synthetically, which kill or prevent growth of certain microbes, such as penicillin, the best known antibiotic. Another example of important achievements are vaccines, substances composed of attenuated or dead microorganisms that are introduced into the body to prevent infectious diseases. Vaccines promote the formation of antibodies and to create them. The effects of microorganisms when invading other living beings had to be known first. There are many contributions of technology to the knowledge of living beings, and not only to study their composition, but also to know their habits and all their characteristics. For example, scientists have now been able to understand the routes of some animals that migrate when the climate changes or when they look for feeding grounds.